So my relationship with Dolce&Gabbana has lasted over 40 years. I believe I did one of their first fashion show, and then when I became an artist, I always wanted to use clothes because my work is very much based on self-portraits, and I like to use Domenico and Stefano clothes in my paintings. And then they started collecting my work. And when they started to do the Alta Moda collection, they invited me to the first Alta Moda show. We started discussing about the possibility of making a painting based on the clothes. When I start painting, I like to paint people. That's what I'm most interested in, is faces. So I had a model come to my studio, and then they were always late and they will always cancel on me. So I got very frustrated and then decided I'm just going to use myself because I'm always going to be available and on time. And that's how the self-portrait started. It was never about wanting to represent myself. It was more about reappropriate my own image and deciding I was going to be my own muse. It was more about using myself to express feelings, emotions, situation I wanted to paint with the hope that the viewer will see themselves through me. Oddly, in paintings, it was always the place where I felt completely free to express anything, to show myself without feeling self-conscious. You know, if you take my picture, we wanted to make sure I look good, but with paintings, suddenly it was a space where I wouldn't care, and I felt completely free to express anything. I use what we call a true mirror, and sometimes I need to use photos because sometimes it gets too complicated to pose with the clothes. Like, for example, for this exhibition, I have made painting. I was dressed up with actually the couture dress. It's almost like becoming a performance at the same time. Anything is an excuse to paint for me. So when I look at a beautiful dress, it's like a landscape. There's these beautiful shapes and beautiful colors that I can use, and it's a great excuse to create a painting. When I thought of this group of painting, then it became clear to me, one painting at the time, that it was going to become sort of like an opera. I wanted to be like an emotional journey of a woman. I wanted to portray all these different archetypes of a woman and different situations. I'm not interested in fashion, I'm interested in the dressing up. The way people are dressed expresses a lot of emotion, and that is why with the Alta Moda it's a beautiful thing, because I think couture is timeless, it's handmade, and I feel like for painting I wanted these paintings to be timeless. What I felt since I was a little girl was the feeling that once you were dressed up you could create anything you wanted. So somehow dressing up to me felt something safe and comforting and a way to express myself.